Browns, the villains of the NFL, went into 2022 with a win expectation of 10, went 8-9, 7-10 ATS, lost $100 unit better, over $1,000. So definitely one of the worst performances that we've seen thus far doing these previews. We see they hung around from a power rankings perspective all the way up until about week 13, 14, and then sold off into the end of the year.
Where they got up to 8. They were kind of everyone's darling at the beginning of the season. The week 1 game against the Chiefs, they stayed in people's minds. So really hanging with the Chiefs, giving them a hard time. It's like, okay, the Browns are here to stay. People were really high on Kevin Stefanski, one coach of the year in 2020. Baker Mayfield, everyone seems to have forgotten that he had his breakout 2020. He was getting ready to dominate in 2021 and was really good through the first couple of weeks. You look at the EPA numbers there. Weeks 1 and 2 was excellent. Week 3, and it all went down. I think some of the same reasons why people were bullish on the Browns in 2021, you should apply the same reasoning in 2022. It's a terrific head coach, a terrific offensive design. I think that Amari Cooper is a massive upgrade at wide receiver that they haven't had. And defense was very young and is only going to get better. And especially as secondary players age, they tend to get better. There's still a lot of them on their rookie deals, and these were high picks. And the edge group is one of the best in the league. Yes, the quarterback is the big question mark. I think Baker Mayfield was thought to be a top 10 quarterback in 2021. And he didn't actually perform that way, but all the other reasons to buy the Browns, I think, still exist. From 2 to 53 in the head coach, with the exception of the tails risk of the organizational dysfunction. Assuming that doesn't happen, there are good reasons to buy them.
And also we know their offensive line was really destroyed throughout the course of the season.
Right.
And we look at the total scoring margin over expected, negative 51.5, and all of it attributable to their offense. And so a lot of upside to potentially be gained here. Very hot start, played very competitively versus the Chiefs. We're winning that game by 12, ended up losing it. But yeah, that was a sufficient spark to kind of capture all the bullish Browns bettors' imagination for what could be.
Yeah.
Browns ended up blowing it after having a 2-touchdown lead. Had an ugly game versus Denver. Ended up getting swept by the Steelers over the course of the season. 20-22. Plus 380 win the division, plus 175 to win the playoffs, plus 5,000 to win the Super Bowl. I feel like if you wanted to take a flyer on the Super Bowl, like saying that, in fact, the exact opposite of what I say happens, and like it all comes together.
That's my favorite bet. I really am hitting like on opposite, like full on tails, like 1% outcomes. I don't hate the fewest wins, and I don't hate a Super Bowl.
Because what makes it easy here is, again, you're a franchise in flux, but you ostensibly have the 8th easiest schedule. You have a positive net 2 days of rest. Again, we don't really have a lot of kind of future forecasted spreads out in the market right now. But yeah, front half of the season is certainly easier on the back half of the season.
Yeah.
And there's always the huge asterisk of trying to forecast the season here in late August. But in any case, that second half does look very tough. But if you go in at 5-3 into the bye, then you just need to squeak out 3 wins to push on that 8. It's not terrible.